Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. I'm on the wrong page of my notes. Haha. Today we are going to be doing, oh crap, what day is it? It would be day 5 of our 12 Days of Christmas special. And today we will be reviewing Netflix's Let It Snow. Let It Snow was released in 2019. It was directed by Luke Snellen. It was written by Laura Solon, Victoria Schaus, and Kay Cannon. People's names are hard to pronounce. Damn. Sorry. Before I get right into the thing, let me give you some announcements. For one, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm tired. I'm very tired. I think I'm losing some taste and smell, so that kind of sucks. But we're going to freaking cruise right along, okay? We're going to cruise. And today we're going to be talking about Let It Snow, which is based off of this book by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. And it's a juicy book, let me tell you that. I was very happy when this came out. I bought it like pretty much right when it came out. Let me see when this book came out. This book came out in 2008. So I guess I didn't get it right when it came out. Feels like I did, but I guess I didn't. Solid book. For those of you who don't know what the movie's about, essentially it's like 3 separate stories that kind of merge into one, and it's like a love Christmas story kind of thing. And I'm really just going to be describing the movie as I go when I describe the characterizations, because it is a character-driven story, which is really nice. For those of you who don't know, I love John Green. John Green is my second favorite author behind Stephen Chbosky. So obviously I read this book when it came out. Well, not when it came out, I guess. I probably read it later, but for some reason my brain thinks I read it when it came out, but I didn't, probably. Solid book. Movie was pretty good too. They're not the same. They're slightly different, but like they're different in ways that I can get behind. There's just some choices you can make in a book that you can't make in a movie, and I understand that. I hate when other people do different things with different things that don't make sense, but this seems to make sense for the most part. Also, let me make sure I turn off my fan so you can hopefully hear me better. So sorry if you didn't hear any of that. Basically, we're talking about Let It Snow, which is based on a book. So if you haven't caught anything, that's what we're at. And I'm just going to jump right into the characters and the acting, because we're going to talk about how the story intertwines while talking about it. This is on Netflix. It is a Netflix production, so if you have Netflix, you can watch it. It's like less than 2 hours long, and it's really good. It's a good Christmas story. It's something that you probably want to watch on Christmas Eve, so be more than welcome to do that, and then follow along my review and see if you agree with my thoughts. So first we have Isabella Merced as Julie. Now Julie is a girl who just got accepted into a college in New York City, but she can't go because her mom is sick, so she feels bad. She doesn't really want to ruin her mom's Christmas and like basically kill her on accident if she leaves, because she's the one that's really taking care of her mother. And so she's going out and she's trying to find this like little elf thing for her mother, because her mother collects them and like likes to make this like Christmassy like world kind of thing. But she can't find it. And that's where we pick her up. She's on a train on her way home after trying to find this little elf. And then she runs into Shameik Moore, who plays Stuart. This is the same guy that voiced Spider-Man Miles Morales in Into the Spider-Verse. So that's interesting. Stuart is a famous rapper. So he's a famous like singer and pop dancer and stuff. And he's just trying to escape being famous. So he's just going on a train, taking him where he's taking him, and then the train gets stuck in some snow. So that's where they both kind of collide. They're like, oh boy, we are stuck together, kind of. And they decide to go get some food, and they kind of bond together, and they fall into an innocent and sweet love, and it really is kind of nice, because then, she takes him to the house because they get snowy, so he needs new clothes, and they go to her house, and he meets the mom, and he really is saddened because he really thinks that she can go to college, and he really would like to be with her forever because she's nice and he's nice, and it really is quite nice. They both have this really good chemistry between them. I'm wondering if they might have hung out before the filming, just so they can have like a really good connection, because they seemed really, really close together in the movie, and you can almost feel the tension and like the sadness between her not wanting to leave her mom was like really, it really felt real. Performances by both people were quite fantastic. Odeya Rush plays Addie, and Addie is kind of a bitch. So she's mean and like she's super obsessed with her phone and like her boyfriend and stuff. So she and her best friend, who is Liv Hewson's Dory. She has a best friend whose name is Dory, and Dory is extremely nice to her and like really likes her and is trying to get her to, you know, calm down and stop being so into her phone. But then Addie realizes that her boyfriend's at the Waffle House, and she gets kind of pissed because she wasn't invited. So Dory works at the Waffle House, so she goes to the Waffle House and is working, and then Addie shows up, or then Dory, then Addie shows up and is all pissed at her boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. And she's really this just dramatic person that I didn't really care for. Her character in the book is a little bit less dramatic, and I liked that. I liked that it was less dramatic, because the issue with the portrayal of Addie in this, and I don't think it was the portrayal necessarily more so than I think it was just the writing, is the fact that it was so dramatic that there's no way that Addie didn't know she was being dramatic, right? In the book, it's less chill, right? Because you realize that she doesn't want to be dramatic. She's not trying to be dramatic. But it really feels like she's trying really hard to be dramatic in this. And I don't think we needed that. It felt a little forced. And Dory is a lesbian, and she's out. She's out in the open. And she's out of the closet. And the issue is that the person that she likes is not out, but she thinks she's out. So then there's a little drama there that you're more than welcome to watch. I'm not going to talk about it too much, mainly because it's more of a side story. So watch if you're interested in that kind of thing. It really was quite nice, and I think it worked out quite well for them for the movie. I don't know if that was in the book, but I think it was. So the relationship between Addie and Dory is really interesting, and I like it a lot. And then towards the end, it kind of cheesily ends, and I don't really like cheesy, but that's okay. Mitchell Hope plays Tobin, and Tobin is this very socially awkward guy. Kind of seems like a nerd. He can play the piano. He likes watching movies, and he's not really attractive. And he's fallen in love with Angie, who they call the Duke, and Angie is played by Kiernan Shipka. And essentially, what happens is Angie and Tobin have developed this like best friend relationship over the past 12 years that they've known each other. 12 years or so. They said they've known each other since they were kids, so I'm gonna give or take 12 years. And they've gotten this like really good friendship going. But Tobin doesn't want to be friends. Tobin wants to be more than that. But Angie doesn't seem to be getting the hint, because Angie wants to go to a party with JP, who is played by Matthew Nazca. And that's an issue because JP is super athletic and super attractive, and of course Tobin gets super jealous. Then by the end of the movie, Tobin and Angie, they realize that they were meant for each other, and they finally end up together. In my opinion, that's the main characters. Those two are the main characters, in my opinion. I can see how Addie can be the main character, but I just felt more drawn to Tobin and Angie's relationship. I think it felt more real. It felt more like something that could really happen. And I liked it. I wanted them to get together the whole movie. I'm like, come on, please, 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 please. Really was a very solid representation of a relationship that can grow from friendship to a dating relationship. And it was really nice. And of course, it's all set on Christmas Eve, so it's all like pretty and all that kind of stuff. And then finally, I want to mention Jacob Batalon, who plays Keon, who's just throwing a big party at the Waffle House. And that's where the finale of the movie hits, is right there in that big area of the Waffle House. And the finale is essentially all the relationship they get figured out, they get sorted out, everyone becomes happy, no one's sad. And I'm not a huge fan of that. I think that out of all those relationships, something had to be bad, right? Like, it couldn't all just be, sugar plums and fairies, right? But whatever. In all honesty, that's like the only negative that I have. But it is quite a big negative. I like Christmas movies a lot. I love them, which is why a lot of them are rated quite highly, as you'll notice throughout the next couple weeks. The next week from now, I guess. But that's my big issue, is that it just felt really cheesy, which I understand Christmas movies are cheesy, but this is overly cheesy, I think. And I think the book does a better job of keeping it less cheesy. But with all that being said, I'm going to give this movie an A-, because of the cheesiness, and some of the characters I felt were just too dramatic for their own good. If you have the chance and you're interested in reading books, Let It Snow is a book that I would recommend. You're more than welcome to borrow it from me after I'm done with COVID-19, which will be now, actually, when this video comes out, so that's kind of cool. That's a week from now, right now, which is kind of a problem. But it's a good book. I recommend you read it. It's really good. If you're not into the reading kind of thing, that's totally fine. It is on Netflix for all of you to enjoy, so I hope you go out and you watch it. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know what you want me to review. I've got a bunch of things. I've got reviews rolling in. Like, about once a week I get another review, and I add it to the list, and we're gonna roll them out. I have my entire January slate figured out, including the new WandaVision show. For those of you who are interested in Marvel stuff, WandaVision comes out on January 15th. That is the next Marvel release, so make sure you watch that. And I will be releasing my my review on that as soon as I'm done with the show, which will depend on if I'm working that weekend or if I have school. I won't have school, so I'll probably just ask for the weekend off, honestly, so I can just watch all probably like 18, no, they're probably about 8 hours. I don't know how many episodes there are. There might be 8 episodes, there might be 6 episodes, there might be 13 episodes. I don't know. We'll find out. But anyway, with all of that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, right? Because it's Saturday when this is... No, this is Friday when this is uploading. It's Friday. So yeah, have a nice weekend. I will be uploading over the weekend because we're all 12 days of Christmas leading up to Christmas. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow. I will be reviewing Jack Frost tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.